Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pro Wrestling Collision. I'm Kevin Huntsberger, joined by Jerome Cuson from Pro Wrestling Ponderings. Jerome, great to have you here once again for another exciting episode of Collision.
Wow, we've got a huge main event here with the tag team titles. Sugar Dunkerton and Aaron Epic getting a shot against Ace Hawkins and Brandon Espinoza, a big-time tag team title match. I'm so excited to see two classy teams get in the ring, go at it, and deliver.
That's right, they are the fightingest champions here in Pro Wrestling Collision. Let's go to ring announcer Chad Smart.
Making their way to the ring, first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 396 pounds, Sugar Dunkerton, Aaron Epic, KOA.
And Jerome, I think it would be an understatement to say that these two men don't know how to get a crowd pumped up. They are excited to be here. The fans here in Carbondale, Illinois, very stoked to see Sugar Dunkerton and Aaron Epic receive a shot at the tag team titles.
They are the kings of Armory. Pro Wrestling Collision understands that these two men are in high demand. And after what happened a few weeks ago against Team Overkill, again, it was felt that they deserved a little bit of retribution. And what a way to get an opportunity here against the fightingest champions of Hawkins and Espinoza.
They are the Pro Wrestling Collision Tag Team Champions. At a combined weight of 360 pounds, Ace Hawkins and Brandon Espinoza.
Tag team gold here. These guys defend it all the time. They are popular. You got two very popular tag teams, probably two of the most popular teams here in all of Collision, so the fans are going to be split for sure, but they're going to definitely see an exciting contest.
Yeah, and that's what we're all about here in Pro Wrestling Collision, is seeing some of the best wrestling in Southern Illinois. You know, this is a main event level contest. We are seeing it in the opener here. And all roads lead to survival mode. The winner of this match will wrestle Alex Castle and Reed Bentley for the Pro Wrestling Collision tag team titles.
Oh, look at that. A little distraction there. Champions taking the challengers off their game. Getting a shot. Look at that gold.
All I ask is that they don't steal the gold. They have a reputation for that.
Referee Brandon Toll showing off those beautiful tag team titles. And it looks like Sugar Dunkerton lost the contest there. He's going to be outside first, as is Brandon Espinoza. Ace Hawkins and Aaron Epic will start things off here.
You know, 2 weeks ago we saw Aaron Epic. He had a tough contest against Matt Cage. And again, you know, he was robbed of his opportunity. And here we go again with the KOA getting a big title chance.
Yeah, and a handshake there. We're going to see a lot of respect, I would imagine, from both sides in this matchup.
If I was Ace Hawkins, I would look again at that right knee, and I would just go to town on it. That's what the champions got to do. That, you know, these two teams can be best friends outside of the ring, but when they get inside, they need to let it all loose.
Yeah.
They need to get in there and do what they need to do to get the belts.
It is business. The team with the gold gets the green, if you will. We've got an early test of strength here between the two.
Perhaps that is signified by the fact that Ace and SB are wearing green. They've got a lot of it because of their holding of the Pro Wrestling Collision tag team titles. We're going to see a little bit of feeling out process. You know, there's no real rivalry here. These two teams don't hate each other. It's not a Bull Bronson, Shane Ridge situation. We're going to see sportsmanship.
We're not going to see, hopefully, a lot of illegal tactics from either side here. We're going to see some good, pure wrestling. These guys are role models for the young men and women who attend the Boys and Girls Club here, our host for this exciting Pro Wrestling Collision night of wrestling.
Yeah, Ace and SB are two model citizens here in Pro Wrestling Collision, as are Epic and Dunkerton. You know, these are they put the professional wrestlers. They deserve to be where they're at. And I've been looking forward to this ever since I first heard that it was announced, because I knew I would be seeing two of the best teams in Pro Wrestling Collision colliding.
Yeah, and really two of the best teams in all of independent wrestling. I'm fans of both of these guys, or both of these teams rather, as Hawkins goes for an early pinfall, but not able to get the 3 count. Another handshake.
Eventually the handshakes are going to stop here, and things are going to get a little ornery. And I don't know if you noticed this, Kevin, but we have 4 very distinctive hairstyles in this match.
You know, that is a very good point, Jerome. I hadn't noticed it until now, but that you make a very valid point.
You know, I'm not sure it was my favorite. I'm always, I'm a little bit partial to Dunkerton's afro a little bit. You know, I'm a big fan of it. You know, he's got the old school basketball feel with the short shorts and the jersey. He's very yellow, and he's very determined to win the gold.
Yeah, I would say the afro is my pick as well.
You remember the afro, Kevin. You're young, and you were old enough to remember it.
I do. Sugar Dunkerton, kind of a, as you mentioned, a throwback to the old days of basketball. And I think if we do get a test of strength here, I do believe Sugar Dunkerton will have he's got the height advantage. Would venture to say the strength, well, maybe not.
Brandon Espinoza showing off the power here, showing off the guns.
Look at this, almost dancing in the ring, these two, but Dunkerton's got a look of pain on his face.
When Sugar Dunkerton's in the ring, there is always the possibility of a dance contest breaking out.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, Espinoza will have none of it. And as the tag team champions, I don't blame him. You know, I think this is a serious match. This is serious business. Dunkerton having fun, though.
It is prom season, but Espy not wanting to be the date here.
We don't remind anyone named Adam that it's prom season. That's always a bad idea.
Those fingers are intertwined with each other here. I don't think they could get out of this move if they wanted to.
Look at these guys. Great footwork exhibited by Dunkerton and Espinoza. And 2 weeks ago, I mentioned we need to have a sign here that says we'll talk about it. This week, I think we need to get signs that hold up numbers for the dancing.
Yeah, Espy a little shocked here. I don't think he knew exactly how to take that. And now Dunkerton has worked to his advantage, kind of took Espy off his game.
Nice headlock here by Dunkerton, maybe showing off a little bit of the power, showing off that technical wrestling skill that he's exhibited in promotions from all over the country, all over the world. I mean, Dunkerton is a guy we mentioned. He travels, 17 hours from Florida with his partner. You know, they are in demand, and they want to be here. They want to be in Southern Illinois and some of the great promotions in this area, including Collision.
Had the opportunity to talk to both these men, as you mentioned, and making that 17-hour trek from Florida. And people don't want to do that unless they want to be here. And of course, we here at Pro Wrestling Collision want them to be here, so we appreciate that. As we appreciate the tag team champions as well, Ace Hawkins, Brandon Espinoza. We've mentioned it time and time again, the fighting as champions here in Collision. Victories over a lot of great tag teams. And here is another one that they may be able to put a notch in their belt, so to speak. We'll find out.
They've defeated the Submission Squad. They've defeated Angela Slane and Alex Castle. Castle may be back to haunt them again.
Friendly competition getting a little heated now.
Here we go. Whoa. Kevin Huntsberger, this is serious now.
Look at this.
They're in each other's faces. Ace Hawkins.
They need a...
Where did this come from?
Wow.
From Ace Hawkins.
Shoving now the challengers.
We need to calm down. We need to let cooler heads prevail.
And these four men.
These are 4 guys who like to play by the rules. So here we
Here
go.
we go. Rule book just thrown out of the ring, I think.
Brandon Toll's got to get control of this one. Champions maybe got a little bit of an advantage.
Oh! Nice move by Epic. Oh!
Ace Hawkins inadvertently kicking his partner in the head.
There's that teamwork of KOA that we've talked about.
We almost got a Texas Tornado style match going on right now as the challengers are in control.
Referees tend to have a tendency in these kind of high-profile matches to kind of let the rules bend a little bit. We've definitely had all 4 men in for quite some time.
Look,
now,
we went from a dancing contest. Oh no!
What is
Reed
this?
Bentley and Alex Castle are here to ruin it again.
Well, I'm not sure exactly Well, I would guess the champions have retained here.
I believe this is going to be a no contest, but I don't think Castle and Bentley particularly
Whoa,
care.
whoa, team overkill here.
And Matt Cage has an object, and he just hit Aaron Epic in his injured knee with the pad.
Aaron Epic taken out here as
This is 4-on-3 territory now.
Hawkins, Espinosa, and Dunkerton being beaten as well.
And Reed Bentley and Alex Castle enjoying Matt Cage. You know that Cage and Castle have. What is Joey O'Reilly's got a 2x4?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan light here.
This is chaos. And nobody's happy. I mean, Dunkerton, Epic, Espinosa, and Hawkins were ready to settle. Whoa!
They're brawling all over here.
This is very quickly broken down here. And Matt Cage and Zach Sawyer are way more interested in that No Limits title than the tag team titles. I mean, Castle and Bentley won the tag belts. This is unbelievable. And Aaron Epic, most importantly, Aaron Epic is hurt.
He's not gotten up, folks.
We were having a lot of fun just a few minutes ago, and very quickly, I mean, that escalated rather quickly.
We've documented that injured knee.
I mean, we mentioned it 2 weeks ago, and you hate to see this, a world-traveled athlete like Aaron Epic, who, this is his livelihood, and to see him go out like this.
And this is sportsmanship here. The champions helping Aaron Epic out of here.
So far, my time at Pro Wrestling Collision this season has been an up-and-down roller coaster. I fought a gang. I fought a male, basically Big Bird. I fought a proud Caucasian. A very personal match with a proud Caucasian. And at the end of the day, I'm still your Pro Wrestling Collision heavyweight champion. And why is that? Because I'm always prepared, not only physically, but mentally. Chase King, tonight, you didn't ask for this match, but you got it. I've prepared myself mentally for everything that you do in the ring. I know who you're trained by. I know where you wrestle. I know everything there is to know about you. I know everything there's to know about your brother, Matt King. Tonight, Chase, you didn't ask for this match, but you got it. And at the end of the night, I'm going to walk out the Pro Wrestling Collision champion. You're not going to walk out at all.
The Boys and Girls Club saved my life. What I mean by that, growing up in the projects of Newark, New Jersey, a lot of negative temptations, drugs, gangs, a lot of bad things. So, mother and father both worked very hard to support the family. So they would say, go in the Boys and Girls Club, play, fulfill your dream. You want to make it in this NBA thing or NFL thing, go in there, play with other kids, but do not leave this building until we come pick you up. And that was my daily routine. But in there, I've learned how to become a people person. I've learned how to become a team player. I've learned how to become a nice guy. I've learned how to become a protector. I've learned how to become a leader. And it's all because of the Boys and Girls Club. Boys and Girls Clubs, great futures start here.
For more information on how you can contribute to the Boys and Girls Club, visit bgc-cdale.org.
Got coffee? If not, head to Crossroads Coffee Company in Carterville. But not only do they have a variety of coffee and tea, you can pick up breakfast, lunch, or dinner anytime. That includes the Kevin Huns Burger, an 8-ounce Angus burger on a toasted ciabatta bun and topped with homemade chili, pepper jack cheese, waffle fries, and jalapenos. $2 of each burger goes to the American Cancer Society. Check out the new wine and beer selection and be sure to join them for open mic night. Crossroads Coffee Company, located off Route 13 in Carterville.
If it rocks, it's TAO Rocks. TAO Rock 92.7.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Jay Wellington Beauregard from Clay County, Illinois, weighing 365 pounds, Frank Wyatt.
Frank Wyatt, a very big man. The new acquisition of Jay Wellington Beauregard, as Jay Wellington mentioned earlier on the show.
One of my biggest complaints a few weeks ago when we saw Frank Wyatt get disqualified against El Matadoro was his lack of control. With a manager in his corner, if he's able to channel that energy, he's going to be one of the most dangerous men in this company.
And his opponent from Plainfield, Wisconsin, weighing 176 pounds, Kyle Sykes.
And Kyle Sykes in this match because his current rival, Chase King, chose Frank Wyatt to be his opponent. It's the whole pick your poison concept here.
So yeah, essentially what happened is Chase King got to pick Kyle Sykes' opponent, and he chose Frank Wyatt. Why not? He's one of the biggest men in Pro Wrestling Collision. And later on tonight, we're going to see Heath Hatton versus Chase King. You know, this is a smart move on their part. Put him against the biggest man in Pro Wrestling Collision and the heavyweight champion.
Wise thinking as big Frank Wyatt just tosses Kyle Sykes.
We should mention on May the 25th, it is going to be Kyle Sykes versus Chase King. They have had an issue since the very first show. What a match that's going to be. Unfortunately, Sykes may not make it to May 25th because Frank Wyatt has proven he doesn't care as he tosses him out of the ring.
And Jay Wellington Beauregard out here without Gaylord Stevens.
Yeah, we saw Gaylord Stevens look very confused a little bit ago. And nice smarts there by Sykes. Nice forearm there. He's got to stay on his feet as much as possible against Wyatt. Can't get down on the mat. Can't be put in a dangerous position. Oh boy, there we go.
Obviously, Wyatt's going to have the strength advantage here.
There's Gaylord Stevens. He's coming out to the ring now, and it's worth pointing out he's not Frank Wyatt's manager, but you know, Jay Wellington Beauregard and Gaylord Stevens have had quite the relationship going, both in Pro Wrestling Collision and even before that. But Wellington is got his own man here in Frank Wyatt, and an even bigger question is, where is Axel? Who attacked him? You know, Gaylord Stevens has launched an investigation. My understanding is he's interviewed a number of wrestlers. Kevin, I don't know if you've been interviewed yet, but he's been trying to harass me the last week or so, trying to find out who's been doing when finding out what happened to Axe.
Yeah, we're going to have to continue to follow this story and figure out exactly what's going on as Kyle Sykes trying to fight his way back up to his feet.
And who knows, we may get some answers May the 25th at the Boys and Girls Club at Survival Mode. The only answer that Sykes is getting is perhaps ow, as Frank Wyatt is decimating him. And look at Wellington using the clipboard to choke Sykes.
Clipboard coming into play here as Gaylord Stevens looking on from the other side of the ring. Cover here, that could be it. Give it to Kyle Sykes for kicking out there.
Give this man a lot of credit. Sykes has shown a ton of heart here as Frank Wyatt continues to dominate. Just a right hand, one shot. Kyle Sykes is down. And that's the difference between these two, you know. It takes 3 or 4 big shots to get Wyatt down, and with one, the same damage is done to Sykes.
Big scoop and slam and plants young Kyle Sykes right into the middle of that ring. And Frank Wyatt is just a behemoth in there.
Good strategy by Sykes. He's got to try to get out of the way and recover. Nicely done.
Rolling out of the way, missing 2 big elbows. Frank Wyatt, and then a
seated senton that missed. And now Sykes can put himself at the top rope here.
And that's exactly where he's going. Kyle Sykes likes to fly.
There's a straight drop kick, and it doesn't knock the big man down, but it sends him in the corner.
And Sykes fighting back here.
There's a super kick right to the face. Enziguri follow-up. Wyatt's out of the ring.
And Chase King wisely picking the big man, Frank Wyatt, to be Sykes' opponent, as the two will meet May 25th.
And this is a big difference here. Frank Wyatt, in his first match here in Pro Wrestling Collision, did not have a manager giving him advice, channeling the energy in a more positive direction.
Look at this.
Sykes is channeling himself in a big dive off the top. Oh, to the outside. That is a dangerous, dangerous move but that shows you what Sykes has to do just to get the big man down.
Wow, and Jay Wellington Beauregard is not happy. His face is nearly as red as his ensemble here.
We saw yellow a few weeks ago, then we saw blue, now it's red. He is apparently a primary color fan.
Yes, he is.
I believe in May he's going to start mixing the colors, so I'm really looking forward to that.
And Wyatt amazingly back up and in this matchup as Sykes went flying high, and oh!
If his head hit the turnbuckle, I think this would have been over. Off the top of a moonsault.
Look
Nice
at that.
and
Can he
done.
hook the leg?
Oh,
Massive tree trunk-like legs, not able to hook it.
just not enough body weight, unfortunately. And
Referee's
Gaylord,
distracted.
and it's easy when you got two guys at ringside to become distracted. And Sykes, lifted up here. This is trouble. That's a buckle bomb. And Wyatt holds onto it and does it again.
A third one. Is he going to do it again? What's he doing?
And referee's calling for the bell. Oh, the referee can't keep control of Frank Wyatt again, and he gets disqualified.
Frank Wyatt
He's got a 5 count, and the referee counted to 5.
can't seem to play by the rules.
This is the second time he's been disqualified, and if Jay Wellington Beauregard can't keep Frank Wyatt controlled, who can?
What is this? King Entertainment now?
Matt and Chase
Come
King,
on!
You're picking the bones of Kyle Sykes. Oh no, they're sending it back in the ring. And Frank Wyatt, Gaylord Stevens doesn't know what to do.
We need to get somebody from the back to come out here and help this kid.
Poor Kyle Sykes is just being decimated.
This is not fair.
Here we go with the K2.
Matt and Chase King have just, as you mentioned, picked the bones, so to speak, of Kyle Sykes. Frank Wyatt did the heavy lifting.
And I understand security's got to keep these fans in line, but they also have to worry about the competitors. Kyle Sykes was just destroyed by the Kings and Frank Wyatt. And again, Gaylord Stevens doesn't know what to make of this. I'm sure he's not a Kyle Sykes fan, but he does not understand what's going on.
Just heard him say it. He doesn't know what's happening.
These King brothers, these half brothers, these are bad, bad men.
Alex Castle, Reed Bentley, Team Overkill. I don't know what your issue is with us. It might be the fact that we beat you a couple episodes ago when we pinned Angelus Lane. I don't know what your problem is with us, why you need to stick your nose in all of our businesses. See, this match was the opportunity for New Millennia, Brandon Espinoza, and Ace Hawkins to show the wrestling world what exactly we are all about by taking on Sugar Dunkerton and Aaron Epic. But instead, you cause chaos, you cause a beatdown, you cause a fight that I don't think you're really ready to start. So you know what? I am done saying what I need to say, and I know that there's another guy over here who's a redhead who's a little bit fired up, aren't you a little bit, Joey, right?
Zach Sawyers has learned well from Team Overkill. He's learned one thing, and that's how to stick his nose in people's businesses, because they certainly haven't taught him how to win. No.
Didn't beat you.
Exactly.
I guess I'll lay my game down very, very flat to go ahead and end this real quick. You see, I'm noticing a thing with Team Overkill. You just step into people's business, you're all up in other people's stuff. And the thing about it is, you don't know how to close what you open. I mean, you start chapters, but you don't know how to finish the book. So I'll tell you like this. We decided that, you know what? We're tired of being upset by ourselves. We're gonna do something constructive. And that's where we're gonna put all this talent, all this championship experience, all this well-traveledness together. And we are going to see you on the other side of that ring. And when it's a fair fight, guns blazing, you know good and well, all of you will fall. And for Aaron Epic, who you guys decided that you were going to take down my best friend, I say this much. You're going to wish you killed him. And by the end of this match, you'll be begging for a bullet before it's over. I think it's that time. I think we can win it. Let's get all up in it.
It's running into the 15 to the 10. He's going to score. Untouched. It's a touchdown. Oh, my.
105.1 VZA.
Stream professional wrestling from an ever-changing library of great events and network exclusives like the fast-paced Lucha Libre of Chikara and the city-crushing shenanigans of Kaiju Big Battle. All that and a whole lot more coming your way every single month when you subscribe to shop.wrestlingiz.com. Get in on the ground floor of the industry's most groundbreaking groups and at a fraction of the cost of buying DVDs. Wrestling is headed into the digital age, and you can be part of it at shop.wrestlingiz.com.
Accompanied by Matt King. From East St. Louis, weighing 198 pounds, Chase King.
And we'll get the introduction of King first. We're about to find out who Sykes picked. I have a bad feeling that for Chase King, he's about to meet one of our
from Norris City, Illinois,
and obviously
206 pounds, he is the Pro Wrestling Collision champion, Heath Hatton.
This is a non-title match, but Heath Hatton, he wants to win and stay undefeated here. He's got a big title defense on May 25th, wrestling Bull Bronson and his best friend Shane Rich. He's going to want to keep up the momentum, and he's got to beat Chase King in order to do that.
That's right. Hatton is obviously a fan favorite here amongst our fans in Carbondale, Illinois, as both the King brothers have hit the road and gotten out of the ring.
Some people might look at this non-title match and say, oh, it's a night off for Heath Hatton. It's not. You know, if Chase King can somehow pull off the victory here, he would be in line for a Pro Wrestling Collision heavyweight title shot after survival mode.
Absolutely, as Chase King getting his credentials, his t-shirt off here, he'll be ready to rumble.
So Heath Hatton, May 25th, defending the heavyweight title in our main event. Chase King going to be wrestling Kyle Sykes, as we mentioned during the last match, where Sykes, unfortunately, the good news is he got the victory. The bad news is he got decimated by the Kings and Frank Wyatt.
We'll see what Chase King can do here with Heath Hatton, the opponent handpicked by Kyle Sykes. And the champ showing his strength here. Tosses King across the ring.
Chase King is claiming a hair pull, but Heath Hatton is not impressed.
And Chase King calling for a test of strength. Will this be a wise maneuver?
I think that what really gives Chase and Matt their momentum so much is their bravado. These are two very cocky individuals, but they've had some success. And one of the reasons that Chase King was sort of able to integrate himself into Collision at the first show was sort of staring Sykes down and questioning why he wasn't involved in the tournament. And even though maybe people didn't like it, that bravado helped him get more opportunities in Collision.
And Heath Hatton definitely in control here. But King fights out of that. Shoulder block. Champ is down. Beautiful drop kick.
Heath Hatton probably has one of the best drop kicks you'll see in professional wrestling. It's so patented. He knows how to use it. It's one of the reasons that he is the heavyweight champion and undefeated.
Big scoop here.
That power slam, and Chase King's got to go to the outside.
And King,
Heath Hatton's got to may give chase, but he's got to be wary of the very tall Matt King.
That's right, Matt King, the taller of the two here.
Just to give you some perspective, Heath Hatton's a rather big man, and Matt King is even taller than him.
And Chase dropping Heath face first on the apron.
When you have an inexperienced official like this is what happens. Matt King can throw Heath Hatton into the ring post, and Chase King can keep our official on the other side of the ring.
King brings Heath back in now. Going for an early pin.
Heath Hatton's out to Pro Wrestling Collision heavyweight title. You got to hook a leg there. Got to show that you really want to win this match. Maybe Chase King is taunting his opponent a little bit.
And referee, what are they doing here? Almost embracing the referee to distract him.
Look, I'm a firm believer that everyone needs a hug, but in this situation, the referee doesn't need it because it's distracting him, and Matt King can fire a right hand off.
And Heath Hatton is dazed now. As you can imagine, it may take both members of King Entertainment to get a victory over the champ here.
If they want to become very important persons, this is one way to do it, to win a non-title match against someone within this company that has such a high stature. Nice snap suplex by Hatton, rolls over, and a 2 count.
And Hatton now taken down a notch.
If I were a betting man, I would bet that Bull Bronson and Shane Rich are both watching this intently on the monitors in the back, trying to scout Hatton, see if there's something missing there. Because remember, May 25th, it's a 3-way match. It's a completely different dynamic. You know, these are 3 guys. Hatton and Rich do not like Bull Bronson at all. Hatton and Rich are best friends, but they're all going to be competing for that heavyweight title.
It'll be an interesting dynamic to say the least. Heath Hatton, though, right now has bigger fish to fry as he's got to get through Chase King.
Yeah, Chase King is impressing everyone with this effort. And again, if he wants a title shot after survival mode, we're going to need some new #1 contenders. Chase King could move right to the top of the list.
As Heath Hatton is definitely dazed and confused here. We've seen Heath Hatton go through 3 men to win the Collision Championship. He's defeated Matt Cage as well as a beautiful spine buster.
Look at that spine buster. Hatton's got to get himself pumped up. He's got to get himself ready. Got to beat Chase King and get ready for that.
Look at this. Matt King now in the ring and takes Hatton's head off with a clothesline.
Look at how quick he got out. Now Chase can pick it up and only a 2.
Wow. Beautiful teamwork by the Kings, but this is not a tag team match, nor is it a handicap match.
No, we saw a version of a handicap match earlier tonight. We've seen the tag team titles defended, but this is Matt King blatantly taking advantage of our inexperienced referee here.
And Chase King up high and comes up short.
Look at these clotheslines, and this is where Hatton's got to make the comeback. This is where he picks up his momentum, starts to feed off the energy of the crowd. Russian leg sweep.
Hooks the leg. And Hatton now going up to the top, perhaps. Chase King now. Oh, and Matt King gets kicked this time.
Smart move by Hatton, and there's the drop kick off the top rope. And Chase King is now down. And here's Bull Bronson. Oh, no. Oh, no. And we have another disqualification. Ring the bell and disqualification.
Matt King protecting his brother Chase, as they don't want anything to do with Bull Bronson either.
And Bull Bronson is beating down our heavyweight champion. And if Chase and Matt King are smart, they're going to get the hell out of here.
Here comes Shane Rich. We've seen the hatred between these 2 men. It's now become a 3-man.
Whoa! There's a 3-man weave.
Whoa.
But Sykes is out here to brawl with King.
The King's taking on Kyle Sykes. Oh, big power
bomb. Bull Bronson standing strong in the ring.
Oh.
We've got Chaos out of the ring. In 2 weeks, we're going to see Chase King and Kyle Sykes, and then we're going to see Bull Bronson, Shane Rich, and Heath Hatton at survival mode. And is this what we're going to see at that show with Bull Bronson standing over both men, holding those titles?
Yeah, Shane Rich inadvertently taken out by that heavyweight championship belt. Heath Hatton hitting him with it.
Wow.
I really think it was an accident. And Bull Bronson now.
I think Bull Bronson's done enough for one night.
They need to get him out of here.
And you got to wonder what the tension, if there is any, that exists, because Hatton did hit his best friend and mentor with the heavyweight title. Very unfortunate situation here. Both men rise to their feet. But what's going to happen?
Oh, had to expect that. Whether it was an accident or not, Shane Rich not happy that he has the imprint now of the Collision Championship on his forehead.
He just walks away. Best of friends. They're going to be enemies on May 25th.
It's all for
the
the
winner of that
gold.
match by disqualification, Heath Hatton.
It gave me a place to go. It started my kind of creative side. It's where I first learned how to really dance through a great program that was there. It gave you a sense of kind of like belonging. And so, you know, you live in this neighborhood and you walk to this club and you go in there and all of a sudden you're part of something really big and amazing, it feels like. And at the same time, it feels like yours, like a club, like you're part of this great club. And I would dance and spend my afternoons there and then go home for dinner and dream about the next day and what we were gonna do. And it just gave me a great sense of hope and really, really kick-started my dreams. Boys and Girls Clubs, great futures start here.
For more information on how you can contribute to the Boys and Girls Club, visit bgc-cdale.org.
Got coffee? If not, head to Crossroads Coffee Company in Carterville. But not only do they have a variety of coffee and tea, you can pick up breakfast, lunch, or dinner anytime. That includes the Kevin Huns Burger, an 8-ounce Angus burger on a toasted ciabatta bun and topped with homemade chili, pepper jack cheese, waffle fries, and jalapenos. $2 of each burger goes to the American Cancer Society. Check out the new wine and beer selection and be sure to join them for open mic night. Crossroads Coffee Company located off Route 13 in Carterville.
Time limit, it is your main event of the evening. Making their way to the ring, the team of Matt Cage, Zach Sawyer, Reed Bentley, and Alex Castle.
4 thugs, 4 bullies, 4 men who just have no regard for anyone else's health and well-being. You're seeing it right now, folks.
These are 4 men who are on Adam Testa's hit list right now. As you've got Team Overkill of Matt Cage and Zach Sawyer, and we've got the Gentleman Broncos of Reed Bentley and Alex Castle. And obviously we're going to get into the stories because all 4 of these men will be prominently involved at Survival Mode on May 25th.
And your opponents, first, the Pro Wrestling Collision Tag Team Champions, Brandon Espinoza and Ace Hopkins, Sugar Dumpington, and the No Limits Champion, Joey O'Reilly.
Now, this is going to be a brawl. This is going to be a fight.
After what we saw in the opener, I really can't blame any of these men for being angry. Sugar Dunkerton lost out on his chance to become the Collision Champion. Joey O'Reilly's had an issue with Team Overkill. And Ace and Espy are as mad as anyone at Alex Castle and Reed Bentley over the events that they perpetrated on Adam Testa. And Dunkerton dives to the outside on Matt Cage. Unbelievable.
You've got the tag team champions, Ace Hawkins, Brandon Espinoza, teaming up with the No Limits champion, Joey O'Reilly, and Sugar Dunkerton.
And Ace and Espy are positioning for a big dive to the outside. Joey O'Reilly. Oh, no.
Ah! High flying Joey O'Reilly. My goodness, there are bodies everywhere here.
And all of the fan favorites have taken their turns with big dives to the outside. Sugar Dunkerton wants revenge for his partner, Aaron Epic. Matt Cage, 2 weeks ago, defeated Aaron Epic in controversial fashion. Then tonight hit him with some sort of foreign object. So Dunkerton has to be angry. He has to be livid at what happened.
Yeah, Team Dunkerton here. I'll call it Team Dunkerton for the time being. All in green. Matched up and in sync with each other, that is for sure. as Matt Cage is feeling the pain.
So it's worth pointing out that Ace and SB are going to be defending the Collision Tag Team titles against Bentley and Castle, the Gentleman Broncos. A nice flying butt bump there from Dunkerton, and that's going to be a big match. Joey O'Reilly is going to be in a four-way eliminator against Matt Cage, Zach Sawyer, and Christian Rose. Rose is not here tonight, but we can see a preview of 2 matches that take place at Survival Mode on May 25th in this match.
Almost a handicap match for Joey O'Reilly. He's going to be facing 3 members of Team Overkill in an elimination match for that No Limits Championship. And we saw Joey O'Reilly defeated Zach Sawyer.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Matt Cage provided a little bit of a distraction for Zach Sawyer, and it sort of indirectly led to a loss there. So you got to wonder where Cage's head is at. He wants gold here in Collision as much as Sawyer and as much as Christian Rose.
And they have cut the ring off Team Dunkerton.
This is what makes Ace and SB the very special tag team champions.
Their match against Aaron Epic and Sugar Dunkerton was interrupted, as we've mentioned here. It was a great contest.
Shaping up to be a Collision classic. Unfortunately, these guys on our left here would not let that happen.
Tag is made now. Matt Cage comes in, returns into this matchup as he is tossed high into the air. Big back body drop.
Yeah, there's no dancing here. These guys are livid. They're angry. They want revenge for what happened earlier tonight. Either their match was ruined or they've had their issues in the past. And man alive, look at Matt Cage clearing the apron off, and it appears they're wanting to work over Espinoza.
Yeah, the biggest main event in the history of Collision. I mean that with 8 competitors. We've not seen anything like this. Very interesting concept, interesting dynamic here.
In some iterations, it's called an Atomicos match. 4 men on each side going for the victory. And you've got to believe that poor Brandon Toll is going to have to keep control of all of this chaos. But right now we see Alex Castle. Is this a preview of Survival Mode with Alex Castle in control of Brandon Espinoza?
Yeah, fingers in the eyes and twisting that head, adding insult to injury. And a knee now right in the throat.
We've seen Ace Hawkins has that temper. Saw it get to him a little bit earlier, and he is not going to tolerate his partner being worked over in his opponent's corner.
And this is just mass humanity right now. 4 men on each side of the ring. And they have put Brandon Espinoza in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, Bentley, Castle, Cage, Sawyer. I don't believe that these 4 men have ever teamed with each other in this sort of match, but obviously these 4 men know each other so well. From other companies, Cage and Castle work together as the Kentucky Buffet. Obviously not here, but they are friends. They have a good rapport with each other, and that is being shown off. Look at Hawkins.
Castle wisely taunting the other members of Espinoza's team here, and it's really costing Espy a lot.
Yeah, Castle and Bentley have very different goals than Cage and Sawyer.
Look at this, here we go, tag is made.
There's a nice tag to Ace Hawkins, and Hawkins with a double clothesline on both men.
And again, we've talked about it, it's gonna be Hawkins and Espy defending against these 2 men, Reed Bentley and Alex Castle.
It brings him up in there, and there's a 2 counts.
And a tag is made now. Joey O'Reilly, the No Limits champion, coming back into this. He's the high flyer of actually all the men on this team.
I think the fact that Joey O'Reilly is the No Limits champion signifies that he is one of the best high flyers. Oh no. And that's what Alex Castle does. He has never endeared himself to Pro Wrestling Collision, and that is one of the reasons why. Putting the referee in front of him. And it's well worth pointing out that Adam Testa is nowhere to be found. I believe that Chris Hagstrom, the owner of this company, is keeping Testa in the back to make sure that he does not interject himself or get himself injured.
Absolutely thinking of his safety as Matt Cage just plants Joey O'Reilly and goes for a pin.
Yeah, the goals of these 4 men here, Cage and Sawyer, all about the No Limits title. I'm sure they wouldn't turn down a tag title opportunity, but they're focused on O'Reilly right now. Bentley and Castle, Castle has to win a title before the end of the year or be out of Pro Wrestling Collision. But the most important thing is they want those tag team titles. Bentley and Castle have a very similar mentality. They don't like Collision. They don't like the authority, and that's what they want to do. By winning those titles, they will be usurping the authority of Adam Testa, Chris Hagstrom, and all the other officials at Collision.
And again, the taunting goes on in enemy territory, and Joey O'Reilly desperately needs to get back into his corner and make that tag.
Great work here, regardless of whether you like these 4 men or not. This is exactly what a cohesive Atomicos team does. They get them in their half. They cut that ring in half, and they do whatever needs to be done. Nice jawbreaker, and O'Reilly's coming back with right hands.
He needs to make the tag, though. Kind of hesitating here, and Alex Castle still in control.
And a nice maneuver there by Castle. Oh, man, an axe kick. And a kick to the side of the face. We saw this a couple weeks ago when they were taking on another team here. That's how Castle and Bentley earned a title match by defeating Matthews and Garrett.
Very cocky cover by Castle there a moment ago.
Alex Castle, he's wrestling a No Limits champion. If Castle and Bentley fail to succeed, the one title that he would not have gotten an opportunity at is that No Limits title.
And look at this, just pounding now on Joey O'Reilly is Reed Bentley.
Obviously, Bentley and Castle are bent on winning the tag team titles at Survival Mode May 25th.
But they are really taking it to the No Limits champion, Joey O'Reilly. You got to feel for him. If he doesn't get out of here soon, he may find himself getting pinned. And again, taunting his teammates is Zach Sawyer. Oh. Nice kick to the back.
A great way for Cage or Sawyer to get momentum is to perhaps get that pinfall over O'Reilly, get that almost insulting them if they win this match and give them so much momentum going into that No Limits 4-way eliminator.
Matt Cage being admonished now by referee Brandon Toll. And O'Reilly once again fighting back.
He's got to try to make that tag. He's got to get in the corner. That's the only way. He's not going to be able to do this by himself. He has 3 other partners that he can rely on. He doesn't have to rely himself like he will against Team Overkill.
And Matt Cage now going up as well. Going to bring him down the hard way, I think. Joey O'Reilly holding on to that top rope, though, blocking this superplex attempt. And a headbutt. Matt Cage is off. And Joey O'Reilly goes flying, but is caught.
Nice catch by Matt Cage there as he puts him on the apron. And there's Sawyer trying to get himself involved.
And Joey O'Reilly now really got to work it here.
Is that slingshot DDT? Now he's got to make the tag. Has no choice but to get over there and make a tag.
Both men are spent, and neither man is in an advantage to get to their corner to make that all-important tag. Joey O'Reilly looking, though. Matt Cage gets to Zach Sawyer. Joey O'Reilly makes it to Sugar Dunkerton, who is back in this. And that's using your head, Sugar.
Sugar Dunkerton here taking advantage of the situation. Going to work here on Zach Sawyer.
Figure 4 perhaps coming up as he's looking for revenge. His partner Aaron Epic taken out. Knee is injured. We don't know the extent of that injury at this point.
And Joey O'Reilly. We're going to find out who has the better figure 4 as O'Reilly applies it.
Team Overkill in trouble here.
Now here comes Castle. Oh boy, here we go. Figure 4 leg lock.
We have 3 figure 4 leg locks. Let's do it, Ace. Let's do it, Bentley. Get in there. What can we see here?
Ace Hawkins is such a copycat. Are we going to get a submission? Brandon Toll doesn't know what to do.
The pain is etched all over the face of Zach Sawyer right now as he rakes the eye of Sugar Dunkerton. Matt Cage does the same to Joey O'Reilly. Obvious desperation moves here to break the figure 4.
positively, and there's, we see Cage use that forearm, and there's Sawyer using a Dunkerton, going for that backdrop driver, and it's blocked. There it is.
And Dunkerton and Sawyer, your legal men, I believe still.
Money shots. And Bentley tags in. Oh, and there's a spin kick from O'Reilly on Bentley. I should say on Cage. Oh, and an ace crusher by Hawkins. Low bridge out of the ring.
Hawkins is out.
Espinoza, big splash on Cage.
Beautifully done. But it is chaotic and
a
double
low blow.
What is this?
The Fisherman's Buster we saw. This is how they won 2 weeks ago. And now they execute it on one half of the Collision Tag Champs. And that will be good enough.
Is this a sign of things to come May 25th?
Oh, Bentley and Castle just gained all the momentum in the world by
winners
pinning
of the
one
match,
half
the
of the
team
Collision
Matt
Tag
Cage,
Champs.
Zach Sawyer, Reed Bentley, and Alex Castle.
And Reed Bentley taking all the titles here. Look at this. The No Limits Championship as well as the tag team titles have been hijacked from our table.
Well, Bentley's only going for the tag team titles with Castle, but he's giving it to Zach Sawyer here. Zach Sawyer could very well be the No Limits champion after survival mode.
How does Matt Cage feel about this?
And Matt Cage is going for the belt. Look at that. Matt Cage seems pretty greedy for that title.
We'll make things all the more interesting on May 25th. Fans, be sure to join us there.
Boys and Girls Club, twitter.com/PW Collision, youtube.com/PW Collision.